Well, thanks, Janice. We're down here at Marina Park, beautiful Marina Park, on a nice sunny day, and I'm here with Mark Smith from Development Services Department. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Paul.
First question is, what's actually happening down in this area down here at the waterfront?
Well, actually, there's a fair amount planned. There's the skateboard plaza to the north of where we're standing that's proposed. There's a fair amount of expansion of public open space and public things in this area. And then to the south of us, improvements to the marina facilities as well as the condominiums, the hotel, and the commercial space that's associated with that.
So there's some things happening now in the media regarding planning, the Ontario Municipal Board and planning and zoning. Can you explain to us that don't understand what that's all about?
Sure. In order to develop Prince Arthur's Landing, it was necessary to amend the city's official plan as well as its zoning bylaw, particularly to allow for the residential and the commercial components of this mixed-use development that's planned. And so that's what's being talked about now.
What's the process that's going to happen here?
Okay, well, we're through a fair amount of that process. Council has, we've held a public meeting. Council has made a decision to amend the official plan and zoning bylaw, and where we're at in that process at the moment is that decision of Council has been appealed to the Ontario Municipal Board. So we're now at a point where we will be working toward those upcoming hearings.
Specifically, then, what are the appeals and how will they be dealt with?
The appeals, I think it would be fair to say, center around concerns associated with the commercial space and the hotel and residential uses that are proposed as part of the development of Prince Arthur's Landing. And the sorts of concerns that are being expressed include, well, they encompass a fair number of issues, but they include things like the proximity of the proposed development to the railway tracks, the general compatibility or appropriateness of those sorts of uses in a public park, the accessibility of this area. Their concerns include issues associated with soil contamination. There are a fair number of things that have been identified.
What are the costs associated with going through this process, and how do you think it's going to wind up?
Well, I think the costs can vary wildly. Well, for example, I think we're all aware of the recent Ontario Municipal Board hearings regarding the Flying J development. There, I know the applicant had to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars defending their proposal. I don't expect that this board hearing will involve those sorts of costs. But again, at this point, we'll have to wait and see.
Can you comment on the positive and negatives of going through this process?
Sure. Well, I guess maybe we should just sort of back up a step and recognize that the planning process is very inclusive by design. The Planning Act, the legislation requires the involvement of the public, or essentially an opportunity for public involvement. We give notices of public meetings, we hold public meetings, we provide the public with the opportunity to appeal decisions of council, and so it is by design a very inclusive one. And frankly, I think it's probably fair to say that all significant development involves some degree of opposition. And I suppose if you were to sort of look for what are the advantages or positive aspects of that, it ensures that everybody crosses their T's and dots their I's, and that development is desirable and good at the end of the day.
What are the chances that the board will overturn the decision?
Well, that would certainly surprise me. I firmly believe the plan is an exceptional plan. We have involved some of the well, I don't think it would be an exaggeration to say we've involved some of the world's best urban designers in the development of this plan. And so, frankly, in my wildest dreams, I can't see the Ontario Municipal Board overturning Council's decision to turn that plan into a reality.
So no delays, and we'll continue seeing action down here at the waterfront?
That's our expectation, yes.
Well, thank you very much, Mark. We've been talking to Mark Smith of Development Services Department for the City of Thunder Bay on the ongoing Ontario Municipal Board appeal. Back to you, Janice.